Hey, hey, hey guys. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. All right. I apologize for being late. I didn't realize what time it was. I was actually in the middle of writing some things, and today while I was working, today felt very much like a Miles Davis, bluesy jazz kind of day. So I was actually, just vibing out to my Pandora station and writing, and happened to look up and was like, oh snap, I'm late. So I'm sorry, guys, but here I am. Somebody wanted to party. Somebody turned on some music. Uh-oh. They like, let's bring it up a notch. Let's do some other things, because we've been doing a little bit of jazzy stuff today. So how are you guys? How are you hanging? How are things going? I'm so glad to be here. It's Wednesday. We got together yesterday evening and had a good conversation. So I'm looking forward to our conversation tonight. If you're catching this live, go ahead and invite some folks. Invite a friend. Invite one of your good girlfriends. Just tag them. Tag your person. Because it's good to share, right? Sharing is caring. It's good to share. So go ahead and do that. And tonight, we've been doing this for the whole month. Actually, we started in April, towards the end of April, with our Love in the Time of Lockdown series, and just talking about different things. So we'll jump into some more things tonight, as usual. I like to bring some good info to you, as well as have a little bit of fun. So with that being said, let's get started. So I'm Dr. Brandye. You know who I am. I'm Dr. Brandye, board certified OBGYN, women's libido coach, and Amazon #1 best-selling author of my book, My Oh My, A Committed Woman's Guide to Getting the Great Sex She Deserves. And I do my best work, and I do my work so that I can teach women how to feel good in and out of the bedroom, and how to get their sexy back. So if that's you, you want to jump on my schedule, because I can help. I can help. That's my goal. That's my passion, to help women to get past the barriers that are keeping them from having a vibrant and passionate life, and especially those women who are struggling with the things that are happening in the bedroom, or the things that are not happening in the bedroom. So if that's you, jump on my schedule. All right. So tonight we are going to talk a little bit more about self-love. Last night we were talking about this month, the month of May, being National Masturbation Month, aka solo play or self-play. And yesterday we talked a little bit about what are some of the myths that are prevalent, some of the myths that come up when people think about masturbation. And so we talked about how some people think that using sex toys actually can ruin regular sex for you, which is not true. Some people may think that masturbation is a substitute, or can cause you to no longer be able to enjoy sex with your partner, because you are doing it by yourself. But there is such a thing as partnered masturbation. So it doesn't have to be something that disconnects you from your partner or breaks the bond between you and your partner. We talked a little bit about that famous myth of masturbation causing blindness. It doesn't. Mm-mm. So those were some of the things that we talked about. And then we swung around and we talked about some of the benefits of masturbation. And these benefits are the same things that you benefit from, and the same benefits that you would get from having actual sex, because you are experiencing pleasure and you are then building up and then having that big release with orgasm. So you get those same benefits, right? Better sleep, you sleep good, you have less stress, pain sensations are reduced, so headaches tend to go away when you are having sex. So you can't, and you're having good sex, and you're orgasming. Those tend to help with headaches, specifically migraines, but those tend to help with headaches. So you can't use that old excuse like, not tonight, honey, I've got a headache, right? Because it actually may help your headache. So if you actually have a headache, you might want to have some sex and see what happens, right? Right. All right. And then we just talked about how it gives your overall outlook on life a more positive spin. If you're having great sex, that actually helps you to see the world in a more positive light, in a more positive way. So you are doing your part to put positivity out in the world if you are having good sex. So not only are you helping yourself, not only are you having a good time, you're going to help the world to be a better place. So that's my public service announcement for tonight. Thank you and good night. No, I'm just joking, guys. But it does. It helps you to have a more positive outlook on life. And then you feel good. You feel good. So that's why we talk about it. That's one of the reasons why I talk about what I do, in terms of helping women to understand how their bodies were made for pleasure and how they can access those pleasure points in their body and in their mind and their brain, because your brain is your biggest sex organ. So how you can access those points to have the most pleasure that you can have. All right? All right. So like I said, tonight we're going to talk a little bit more about self-love, because self-love is the best love. Yes, self-love is the best love. I should have put that as one of the hashtags too. I didn't even think about that. All right, I'll go back. Maybe next time I'll do that. But self-love is the best love, because before you can pour out anything to anybody else, you got to have something within yourself to give. And generally, you don't want to be pouring from what is your foundational source. You want to have an overflow. And so how do you build up that self-love? How do you make it so that you are able to give that love? Hey, Elkie, so glad you could join us. Last night we had Mike on, so I don't know if you were listening, but now we got you on. I'm so glad. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And so we're talking about self-love tonight. Self-love being the best love, in honor of it being National Masturbation Month. But I want to talk about self-love in the context of how you care for yourself and how you listen to yourself. Because there's something called integrity that can sometimes be out of alignment. I'll say it that way. It can be out of alignment. And what I mean is that when we as women are going about our lives and doing our day-to-day stuff, we are very much wanting to make sure we do all the things that we say we're going to do for other people. But when it comes time for us to do the things that we need to do for ourselves, it gets pushed to the back burner. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month. And before you know it, it's been years and you still haven't done it. Hey, I'm so glad you got to join us, Rebecca. I miss you. I'm so glad that you're on. We're just talking about self-love. And self-love is the best love because it's National Masturbation Month. But we're talking about some other principles that go along with self-love. So yesterday we talked about masturbation and the benefits of masturbation and all that stuff. So go back and catch the replay if you missed it. And definitely tag a friend. Tag a friend. Bring them on into this conversation. I think it's going to be good. So integrity with yourself. And that can be something as simple as saying, okay, I'm going to do my yoga today, and then actually doing it. And the reason I'm saying that is because for the last 2 days, yay, I have been doing my yoga like I said I was going to. But there was a time where I would say, oh, okay, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And then day would come, be all the way over. And it's like, oh, I didn't do that. I didn't do what I said I was going to do. And it may seem like it's a small thing, but when you don't honor your commitments to yourself, you don't honor what you say that you're going to do for yourself, that actually can undermine your sense of ability to trust yourself, to trust your word. And if you are not able to trust your word, then that sets up a dynamic within yourself that you can't trust yourself. And then you start to feel uncomfortable in other situations because you're like, I can't trust myself to do this, or I can't trust myself to do that. I can't trust myself to do the other. And it seems like, it's a small thing, but it actually can make it harder for you to feel self-confident, to feel as though you are able to handle whatever might come your way. And so it's important for you to exhibit and to demonstrate to yourself that you are, one, worthy of honoring what you said to yourself, because it's about self-worth. It's about how you value yourself. So definitely it's about self-worth. 2, it's about trust and whether or not you are demonstrating that you can be trusted, not only to other people, but for yourself. Thank you, Rebecca, for inviting a couple people. I hope they jump on too. So you got to make sure that you are in integrity with yourself in the little things as well as the big things. So yeah, of course, the big things. You're like, I got to go get my teeth cleaned at the dentist. I need to go do my pap smear. Although right now, if you don't have to do those things, stay home. Don't go to the clinics and dentist's office unless it's urgent or an emergent thing, because it can wait a month or two. It can wait. But, things like, okay, well, I know I need to start exercising and I need to lose this extra 20 pounds. And by the way, if you have put on some weight due to this quarantine, start moving. 10 minutes a day. Just start. Because if you start, you'll start to see progress. You'll keep wanting to do it because you're seeing progress. And then before you know it, the 20 pounds is gone. So just start. But those are the things. So you want to make sure that you are living in integrity with yourself. That's the first thing of self-love, the first tenet of self-love. The second tenet of self-love is actually to do things that pour into your soul, that light you up. Because if you are not, it's kind of like what we talked about yesterday when we were talking about the difference between boring, uninspired life and boring, uninspiring sex, and how that's kind of like the Wizard of Oz when it first starts out in the shades of gray. It's essentially black and white. It's a black and white start. And then after Dorothy is swept away in the tornado and she lands in Oz, she opens the door, goes outside, and boom, there's amazing Technicolor. So when you are doing things to feed your soul, things that light you up, things that get you excited, things that you would do if you didn't have to worry about money, if you didn't have to worry about time, if you didn't have to worry about who's going to watch the kids. Those are the things those are the that's a way for you to identify what things light you up. You know, that's a way for you to check that out and to check into that and see how you're doing. See where you would put your time, where you would put your efforts. And so taking time out to do those things is important. For me, there are a few things that I do. One is jumping on live streams and talking to you guys because I love it. It lights me up. I don't get paid for this. I do it because I enjoy the interaction. I enjoy hanging out with you guys, and I enjoy giving information and educating women specifically, but educating people so that they can live their best lives. So that's one thing. Live streams, hanging out is great. But another thing that kind of lights up my soul is to spend time just in solitude in a sense, but it's not to the point where I'm hermiting and just don't want to be associated with anyone. It's a time for me to look inside and look internally and to examine, some of the things that I want to accomplish, some of my dreams, some of my goals. It's a way for me to examine, how my life is going, what things I want to do. It's a time for me to dream and to vision for what I want to see in the future for me, for my clients and my patients that I work with, for anyone who kind of comes into my sphere. That quiet time, that solitude time actually is a way for me to recharge and to replenish those areas in my soul that need to be replenished so that I can still go out and give what I need to give and be and live in the purpose that I'm here for. So you got to figure out what are those things that light you up. I know this one, another thing that lights me up is going to sound weird. I know it's going to sound weird, but hot water, literally like a hot shower. That is my jam. And I'll tell you when I started to appreciate hot showers. So was it my first year, second year? It was either my first or my second year in medical school. And I was able to go on a medical mission trip to Kenya. We went to Nairobi and some areas around Nairobi, but we were in Kenya. First time ever out of the country. Excited, all that stuff, right? New things, new experiences, all of that. Go out to Kenya. We go to different healthcare facilities and see the conditions and all that stuff. Well, where we were staying at one point was a place where other residents and doctors would stay. The only issue was they only had cold water. There was no running hot water. So we were taking cold showers and it was rough. I'm a city girl. I was coming from the city. I couldn't do it. I don't know how I made it. But that was when I developed the appreciation for hot water and for hot showers. And so, for years, still do it to this day. I'm in the shower, it's hot water, especially if it's cold outside. I'm like, thank you, Father. Thank you, Lord, for hot water. And I literally thank the Lord for hot water. So I know I'm weird. If you have something weird, just put #weird in the comments. If it's something weird that lights you up. And if you feel comfortable enough to put it in the comments, go ahead and throw it in the comments. So yeah, so that's my weirdness. Sorry. If you can relate, let me know. So yeah, so one, just staying in integrity with yourself. And two, doing things that pour into your soul. Because those are important important tenets of self-love. Hey, Dr. Ken, thanks for jumping on. Welcome back. So we are just talking about self-love because self-love is the best love. And we are celebrating this is National Masturbation Month. But yesterday we were talking a little bit more about the act of solo play or masturbation. Today we're talking a little bit about self-love and just how to love on yourself so that you can have more to give, and you can give from a place of abundance instead of a place of scarcity, because that never is a good place to give from. All right, Dr. Ken said, you know it. I love it, love it, love it. All right, so living in integrity with yourself, pouring into your soul, doing the things that light you up so that you so that you can give from a place of abundance. Dr. Ken said there's a month. Yes, Dr. Ken, there's a month. There's a day too within the month, but there's a whole month. How about that? A whole month. And if you caught the show yesterday, I was saying that I knew it was the whole month, but I didn't start talking, like specifically talking about it until yesterday. So we're going to do some fun things over the next 10 days since we didn't celebrate for the first 20 days. So we'll have some fun. It'll be some good stuff. So then the third tenet that we want to talk about when it comes to self-love is more along the lines of the physical stuff. So, what are you doing to take care of yourself? What are you doing to take care of your body? What are you putting into your body? What are you putting into your space, your brain? Like I said, I got caught up in my Pandora station today, so I was a little bit late jumping on. But I felt like I needed kind of the Miles Davis vibe, a little bit of bluesy jazz stuff, and I was writing and doing some other things. But what are you putting into your space and your environment? What are you putting into your body? Those are so very important in terms of what comes out. If you're putting good things in, good things will come out. If you're putting not so good things in, not so good things will come out. And so you just have to be mindful of what you're putting into your body, what you're putting into your space, because it does matter. It does matter. It took a while for me to understand that, but it does matter. So those are a few things, just a few thoughts. And so now I would like to kind of switch gears a little bit, switch gears. And we are going to talk a little bit more about masturbation and self-pleasure and self-love. We talked about some of the myths yesterday. We talked about the benefits of sex and orgasm yesterday. And those all still stand. They still go for today. Good sleep, less stress, positive outlook on life, less pain, less headaches, all the good stuff, and just pleasure for sure, just pleasure. And I had sent an email out to my list today, just because one, it's time. Again, I like to hang out and interact with people. So sent out an email and just wanted to let my tribe, let my VIPs know, what I was thinking, kind of what was going on, let them know that I'm here as a resource, because we're still living in the time of lockdown. It's still a pandemic. It's still around. And, depending on where you are, there's been some relaxation of some things. In other places, they're like, nope, we're going to keep it on lock. But you're still having to navigate kind of the new normal, the new now. I guess I should say the new now, because everybody, I think, is hoping that it's going to go back to the way it was in a sense. Although I think some of the things that have come out of this that are good have to do with, how people have started to reach out a little bit more and to interact a little bit more with their family, with their friends and loved ones, because things have slowed down. People are spending less because they are not able to go out and do all the things that they wanted to do. So they're able to put a little bit more money to the side, things like that. Those are all, I think, good benefit or good things that have happened because of the pandemic. But, you know, what about those relationships that were not all that great to begin with? And, you know, they were just kind of hanging on because I don't have to see you every day. If I do see you every day, it's like we're passing, you're going to sleep, I'm going to sleep, whatever. And it's like, whatever. Well, now you can't say that. Now you can't say, well, whatever, when you are with your partner 24/7 and your conversations used to be, well, you know, you don't spend enough time with me, so that's why I don't want to have sex with you. But now we're together 24/7 and I still don't want to have sex with you. You have to address some of those things that are coming up. So I put it out there to my list. And I also wanted to put it out to you guys because I love you guys. We hang out, you know, we're friends, I think. And so I wanted to put it out to you guys and just let you know that I have opened my schedule so that if you want, you can jump on and just get a strategy session with me. It's 20 minutes. We'll talk about some things that we can look to help if you need that help, or if you just need a sounding board. Because sometimes it's hard to know, is this normal? I don't know if this is normal. So, you know, jump on my schedule. I'm open Thursday and Friday. So go to drbrandyeobgyn.com and pick a time. Because I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to hang out. I'd love to help you to get some clarity around some things. I'd love to help you if you need that extra, you know, one-on-one support. That's also great. Just get on my schedule because I'd like to talk to you. And I like to be a resource and be helpful. So I hope you take advantage of that. Like I said, tomorrow and Friday, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right? I'm going to take a little bit of water because I've been talking a lot. All right. Well, I'm going to jump off now, but it was so good to hang out with you. And I'm so glad that we got to chill together. And I didn't totally miss our time together. So tomorrow I will be on again. It'll be around 8:30, 8 or 8:30. I haven't quite decided yet. Like I said yesterday, I am actually wanting to see and just experimenting with times of the day with the live streams to see, you know, what works, what seems to work best for most people. The Wednesday will probably stay 7:30, but the other days, so Tuesdays, Thursdays, Friday, we may do a different time if it looks like that's a little more popular, and we'll go from there. Okay. All right, well, you know who I am. I'm Dr. Brandye, board certified OBGYN, women's libido coach, and Amazon #1 best-selling author of my book, My Oh My, A Committed Woman's Guide to Getting the Great Sex She Deserves. And I teach women how to get their sexy back and how to feel good in and out of the bedroom. So if you are a woman who is tired of a boring and unfulfilling sex life, if you are tired of thinking that you are a failure as a partner because you can't figure out how to get that sexy back, if you are a woman who thinks something is wrong with you, something is broken because you don't want to have sex, then I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. I need to talk to you because you were not made to live this way, and I want to help. So jump on my schedule at drbrandyeobgyn.com. All right? All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Have a happy rest of your Wednesday. Rebecca said, "Woot woot." That's right. That's right, Rebecca. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.